is up, motherfuckers? Welcome to another episode of the Strain Damage Podcast. This is your brain on buds. Yeah. So, we've been having all the rappers, DBG been telling every rapper in Albuquerque, if you a real ass motherfucker, pull up on the Strain Damage Podcast. And it's been working, but we gotta give credit to the people laying the foundation, the producers, the engineers, and that is exactly what we're doing tonight, because tonight we have Mitchie Brusko in the building.
Hey, boy. Thank you for having me, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really was looking forward to this.
For sure, no, for sure. I mean, like it's the whole thing of, rappers do what they do, but that is possible by producers, engineers, and you even rap yourself too, correct?
Yeah. I mean, that is was the origin of it all. But now it's like you see the industry from a little bit of a step back, and it's much clearer. That's what I say.
For sure. So you got started rapping. Tell us a little bit about that. Like, first of all, actually, let's even take it back a step further. So, where are you originally from? Originally from Albuquerque?
Originally from Albuquerque, born and raised.
505. That's what's up.
Albuquerque, baby.
Yeah. So, at what age did you start like kind of fucking with music? Start rapping or start making beats or doing whatever?
I mean the first. I'd say the first time that I ever even touched a music program on my computer was probably around 13, maybe 12 years old. I had one of the big homies, shout out my boy Tommy, never forget you, came over to my house when I was probably 13 years old and gave me a stolen, pirated version of fucking like the music program that I'm working with right now.
Okay.
And so that was the first time I ever touched it, and like that sparked the initial curiosity. But then obviously, you want to know more and more and more, and that was now I'm here. Now I feel like, through not just mixing myself, but like taking that initial jump to like want to mix other people. That was the biggest like jump for me for sure. But yeah, that's where it started, man. And back in what is that? I was 13. I'm 25 now. 12 years ago, 2011. So yeah, 2011 is when it started.
Damn, you're a veteran.
How many people got that track record?
But it's also like I think.
That's that like.
I'm a big believer in like how concentrated is your learning at the end of the day. Like, you can it can take you 10 years, to learn how to do something as like say, double dutch, like jump rope. It can take you 10 years to learn how to do something like that, but if you have the best teacher in the world, how long is it really going to take you? You can take that 10 years down to 2, down to 3.
And I've noticed that, like, say even just being like with artists that record with you, their sound evolves so fucking much. Like they go in, and then that's why I noticed like you're very optimistic when it comes to that, because you give people the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he's learning. You know what I mean? He's getting better, and then like the big difference between like, oh, bro, is just like maybe the same for you. Like what I mean?
There has to be a benchmark. There has to be a benchmark and a standard to like what I expect out of the people I'm working with, and if they're not quite there, I would like them to get there. And then once they are there, then you can give them more tools to keep working, keep growing, keep.
So you're not just mixing their shit. You're really invested in the growth of artists.
Well, a lot of these people are my friends. I mean, at the end of the day, like a lot of these people are like people that I hang out with, like, that I socialize with, even people that have met my family. Like, you have to look out for the best interest at the end of the day. There are some people who like, yes, I have my regular clients. I'm not associated with them. I'm not, and he, out of anyone knows, I don't politic. I don't really, there's a lot of people I shouldn't be recording with that I do. And so like, one thing I will say is like you have to look out for the best interest of the music at the end of the day. That's the only thing that matters.
That's where it is. The focus is on the quality of music that comes out, regardless of who's making it. So where would you say you kind of got your earliest influences of? Like, was there any specific like artists that you were listening to at the time you got this program?
Yes.
You started on it?
Absolutely. So growing up, I was introduced to one of my earliest friends. His name, I said the name Tommy before, but that was not the Tommy this is not the Tommy I'm referring to. This is a different Tommy. Tommy, he has his dad. His name is Pat Riley. Shout out Pat Riley at Rio Grande Studios.
Pat Riley, that sounds very familiar.
That's the master.
It's the same dude of the same name of the dude that owns the Miami Heat. That's why it sounds familiar.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly who that is. Goats. See, you don't
Yeah. He shares the name with the goat.
I share a name with Mitchie Brusko is a skater. Did you know that? He originally a lot of people don't know. Shout out Mitchie Brusko, the original Mitchie Brusko.
I actually do. But I feel like the more I've known you, like that.
It started to fade. It faded. Exactly.
We're not talking about Mitchie Brusko, the skateboarder anymore. We're talking about Mitchie Brusko, the best engineer.
But yeah, man. Earliest influences. Would be absolutely. You have to, in life and in anything you do. I think you have to have idols. I think you have to have people you look up to in some sort of sense.
For sure.
Shout out Pat Riley. Shout out my boy Tommy. I'd say if anything, it was mostly just like different artists that I listened to. It was like Tyler the Creator is one of the ones that I was attracted to the most, like early on, and so his style of creation, his like meticulous attitude towards making music is what just like brought it out of me. Definitely. And I do like if I can be that, if I can at least do an imitation of that.
When they're like fucking around with Motor Squad and all that,
exactly.
And they're like on Future Weekend, bro. That was very inspirational to me too. That's crazy because I ain't never really noticed that until you said it. You know what I mean? Because I used to look up to them a lot. Like that's when Mac Miller was popping. Like I really looked up to Mac Miller, grip, bro. Like,
Vince Staples, Casey Veggies,
Casey Veggies, bro. All those underground rappers. I don't know if you fucked with them from like Florida and shit. Like there's like Denzel Curry, Nell, Puya.
Oh yeah. Rob Banks.
They were all like stupid, crazy.
Absolutely.
That shit was like really like. I realized that's how like what makes good music. You know what I mean? Like when you could hear a Tyler the Creator song, and you're like, oh, that's Tyler the Creator. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you hear, and I'm like, that's what you need to be. Like when people hear you, they know that's you. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's once you know, like you kind of got your sound on point. It just from my perspective, you know what I mean? Like. When you hear something, you're like, "Oh, that's DBG."
I think that's the universal.
That's what I'm trying to get.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
but even you, even recording you, even all the times that you have come to the studio, you have a signature. Like you have a stamp that you put on your track that lets everyone know, like, this is me. Like this is what I do. And this is what I'm known for. Like I haven't heard anyone that's come to the track and do what you do. So that's what I'm saying. When you pull up that, sometimes it's the voice like that. You don't know, BBG, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Rapping my ass off. Like, that is your stamp. Like, for sure. So, like...
What is DBG like as a rapper in the studio? Do you be like, hold on, I gotta do, like...
Mad confident. Mad confident. 100%. No. Yeah, I enjoy someone who tries things. He doesn't come in with a set plan. He doesn't come in with a way that he knows it's gonna get done. Like he's willing to try things until the job gets done, and until the job's done, that's when he'll take a step back. And I feel like we can all like see DBG on like a platform, like from a third person perspective. And it's super cool.
100%. Strain quality artists at Strain Damage only. By the way, shout out to Strain Damage TV. So you got started kind of just fucking around, making beats, mixing everybody else's
Not
stuff.
even making beats. Not even making beats, dude. Like I want to make this very clear. Like I've tried producing. I've tried doing instrumentals. There's a part of me that I know how to do it. I would love to just be able to do it every day of my life, but there's a part of me that wants everything to be like original. And I'm so as I said, like meticulous. I hate to use that word again, but like I want everything to be exactly on point, exactly how it's gonna be, exactly original. And through producing I can't do that. Through engineering I get a different product every single time.
Yeah.
And that's how I can be original.
Because you've got raw material that you can just refine and create and just get it right to where you want it to be at.
Exactly.
And say as far as engineering, do you like to set your say who you accept as customers or like clients. I don't know what you refer to them as.
Yeah, like how does that typically happen? Like, do rappers just be hitting you up on Instagram?
But that's what
like,
I'm trying to say. Is it like, do you just like to fuck with rap, or do you like record any genre?
No. So actually, also, if I'm giving shout out my boy Trav, because he was the first one to let me record a guitarist in the studio. And right, it's so much different because instead of connecting the cord to a mic like we usually do for you, we connect the cord straight into the guitar. So my program works as an amp, and it literally just sends the signal right into the program. And so like we've started recording guitarists. We can even, I mean, as we keep growing and as we keep like building the studio, record pianists, record, you know, any sort of instrument, every sort of drummers, exactly. Like
you could get a whole band. So if there's a band in Albuquerque that wants to record,
bands is a thing that, our space is limited. Our space is a little limited right now, but the sound, I have to make sure it's going to be huge regardless. So as we grow and as we get more space, we'll record more bands. But as of right now, it's mostly just hip hops, pop singers. I have one really good vocalist. Shout out Cece. She's on the come up right now. Shout out Cece, one of the best vocalists in town right now.
Dope.
It's a whole range of artists to say, and you have to do everything different. Like you cannot mix a gospel song the same way you mix a hip hop song or a DBG song or a Mitchie Brusko song, or it's all different. So
the keys and shit are probably different too.
Dude, it's not just that, but to the whole dynamics of everything. You have to. The biggest takeaway that I've had is you have to place people in a room when they're listening to a track. You have to place them in a room, and if they can't identify what sort of room they're in, whether that might be a concert hall, a big stadium, or a small intimate venue, you're not doing your job as an engineer. That's my whole thing. You have to place people in a room, and like if they don't understand that, because that's I mean, one thing our minds work is like, if you're in a dark room, right? Say you're in a black room, blank. And you yell, and your voice is bouncing off the walls, hitting you, coming back. Like, are you gonna know whether you're in a cave or not?
Hell no.
No. But if you yelled into a cave, you wouldn't know if you're in a cave. If everything's dark and you couldn't see anything, all you have is your ears. If you yelled, could you know you're in a cave?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. You have to recreate that as an engineer. You have to put people in these rooms, in these environments, to where the music's gonna sound best.
So basically, like, they know they're legit. Like, they know they're in a studio. Like, you know you're in a good studio. You know,
almost like that. But sometimes I can place people at the top of a mountain.
Very true. Because even like from experience, I've like heard myself in the mic and I'm like, damn, that sounds so crazy. Just to be able to hear yourself like that.
Yeah, because you have to do it in a way that like fits the speakers. It fits people's fucking headphones. It fits a.
Dude, it has to play good in every environment, even if it's a club tracks, right?
Yeah.
It's a loud, bass heavy track. Like, it has to be hitting. And if you squash that in any sort of way by mashing it with vocals or any sort of instrument that's heavy, you're get out. Like, the whole mix is out at that point. Like, and so basically what I've been able to do is kind of take a step back, learn kind of the dynamics of each genre that I've been working with lately. And it's also good when you have regulars as well, because not only is it just a genre I can kind of focus on and tune in with, it's their voice in particular. That like, when you're mixing the same voice, you can now start like, not just doing the same thing, but doing the same thing and adding on each time. Adding a little bit more each time, like until you get a final product.
What do you think is significant for an engineer to do? For example, you know, we got 2-in-1 Shotty lurking in the fucking background.
Hey, shout out my fucking boy Neo, my second half in life, and also my fucking founder of Faucet Studios. So everybody look out for my guy right now. Shout out Neo.
Studios.
Let's get a little expand on that, because I know a lot of people know Mitchie Brusko is someone they hit up directly, and like they know you as an engineer, but now you're operating out of the actual you have a studio name and like a front for it. So you want to expand on that a little more?
Yeah, absolutely.
That may not know.
I mean, listen, it definitely wasn't easy getting here. Definitely a lot of hardship getting here. I started off, you know, obviously working for different entities in the past, you know, it hasn't maybe worked out the way that I envisioned it was going to work out. But one thing I can thank, you know, I guess the world or whoever for is it got me exactly and in the rooms that I needed to be. Starting off, I mean, I started off in my bedroom, like recording just my friends 3 feet, 6 feet away from where I sleep. And like now the fact it's like it's almost like you want to keep that same love, you want to keep that same like energy that you had once when you first started, but now that you're involving money, now that you're involving other people's livelihood, where is in like their music, that's a part of them. Like whenever they come in, they're giving me a part of themselves. Like it's just it's much different. You have to go at it from a new angle, because yes, I have friends, but at the end of the day, they need a quality product, and I have to be unbiased in that. I cannot be biased in that.
And that's so crazy to even think, because I could think of like just like 2 homies for sure that you recorded their last songs that like are gonna live on, like, you know what I mean, like
Dude,
they're gone, you know what I mean. Those are the only things that people are gonna be able to know them by, and those are some of their best fucking songs, like how they sound, they're legit, you know what I mean, like,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's good like that you go in that energy with that, because you never know. Like I was even telling a homie the other day, I was like, our music's gonna live longer than us.
Yeah.
I was like, people say,
the way especially you do it now digitally, like you're not only getting the chance to put it on streaming platforms, you can put it on different fucking blockchains with crypto, like, and sell it in different fucking cryptocurrencies. Like the possibilities are fucking endless there.
But yeah, we could get back to where you were. I just had to bring that
you're
up,
good, you're good.
That really just like made me like think right away. I was like, that's crazy.
Just being, you know, starting as a friend to these artists and just doing it out of the curiosity of wanting to learn more about recording vocals and doing this and doing that. I think it put me in a new mindset, because now I have to do it on a professional level. You have to make people feel like every time they come in there, you're giving them the best you can possibly do.
And you're the only one that really, like, no disrespect to any other engineers, but if I really take a song serious, I'm finna go do it with my family. Like, you feel me? And that's just how it is. Like,
Art.
You feel me? Because like a lot of other people, I feel like I'm giving them all this money, and it's just like the energy ain't there. They don't genuinely like give a fuck about your song. They're just like, you know what I mean? It's like they just want to get you on the beat real quick.
No,
and
man, and you know, I can kind of touch on this before and I know we're kind of, you know, like going across all subjects here, but let me touch on this real quick, because that was my biggest thing, is I think keeping my prices low. Like, one thing about living in Mexico is not everyone has $80 to take out of their pocket and maybe not feel like my fridge won't be a little more empty, or I might not be able to pay my light bill or my water. Like, that was my biggest thing, is like there has to be some sort of middle ground to where they feel happy. My bills, my lights can turn on at the end of the day, and everyone's getting what they need. So.
No, that's part of our strategy at Strain Damage, right? Like, we're doing this for the cannabis and the entertainment community. We want to keep our services affordable, but in terms of everything else, you know, we're putting that shit out for free. Like, y'all are seeing proof of concept immediately. Real quick, one thing I was curious about, auto-tune, like, how did y'all adjust for that as an engineer? Like,
it's pretty easy. I'll break it down to you like I would break it down to, like, if I was to explain this
to me like I'm a 5-year-old.
Yes. Perfect. Yes. Okay.
A hairy-ass 5-year-old.
Do you know when guitarists put their guitar in tune? They turn on those little knobs at the end.
Yep.
So basically what that is every song that is played on a guitar, whether your hand is down here, your hand is up here, every song is in a certain tune.
Okay.
So every song has its signature.
Yeah,
whether that's
the chord it's called.
Exactly. Right? The chord, tune, whatever. Well, kind of. There are chords that are in certain tunes, but every song does have a tune. Okay. So like, even you've heard of like do re fa sol la ma ti do, like what, you know, like all the those to me are fa sol la ti do. Exactly. Yeah. those are tunes. Those are gonna be the tunes. Basically, when you have a beat, when I load up a beat into the program, it has a signature in it, like to where if you sing off tune, right? Maybe DBG could explain this a little more, because he does a little more singing and a little more auto tune nowadays than I might. But what I will say is, like, if you sing off tune, it's just not gonna work. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like
your pitch has to be there.
It's like you're mixing like
the main reason
colors that don't mix.
The main reason I'm curious about this is because Tune One Shotty keeps recording auto tune songs in my bathroom, and like you know, like I mean obviously the bathroom's got nice acoustics and stuff, but like you know I was just generally curious about that.
The songs are coming out crazy too, by the way.
Hey, there you go. Even and especially because I don't know if there's you probably have some natural like acoustics in the bathroom that actually will benefit you in the end of the day. I know that sounds crazy, but like people say like, oh, you need to record in a booth, you need to record in this environment, that environment. Like you really don't.
This motherfucker's been recording bangers in my bathroom. Like that's still one of the funniest things. Like being like, yo, do you have a bathroom I can record in?
That's crazy, though.
And then come out with the classic, you know what I mean?
And then yeah, like 45 minutes later, he comes downstairs. He's like, "Yo, check this shit out."
Hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. No, that's where it starts, dude. Like, and it's however much you want to take it. And if you want to take it far for you, like keep recording in your bedroom. You don't need a studio like I have a studio. Like, you just keep recording in your bedroom and just keep mashing, keep studying on like what sounds good and like certain techniques on recording. Like, you can get there. You don't need a studio. And I make that clear to everyone because that's how I became. That's how I became an engineer to for other people. Is I got pissed off one day at the person who was recording me, and I said I can do this myself. Yeah. So everyone out there, if you feel like you can do it yourself, do it yourself. But what I offer people is convenience. Every time they come into the studio, all they have to focus is rapping. They don't have to focus on clicking this and clicking that and gotta get this level right. This like.
That shit's a lot harder than it looks too. Like if you really genuinely make music, like just to even like say when you punch in, like that's the difference. Like you know what I mean? When people punch in,
exactly.
Have it where it sounds like you never could tell if they stopped rapping.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's the shit people go for. You know, you're not trying to have your shit sound cutty and like not radio for radio play. That's why I hate when I go somewhere and they send me this song and I can't even bump it in my car because it don't sound good.
Yeah. Oh shit!
Like fuck, I have to go do all this shit.
Yo, Mitchie Brusko.
Alright.
Do you mind if we do a new segment presented by Russian Cream, the #1 strain damage strain with all white women in Santa Fe?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds intriguing.
I love people's reactions.
And I think I'm ready.
All right. DBG, kick us off.
So, just being with, like, say, social media mainly, there's been a lot of it. They've been talking about it a lot. I know there's a press conference that came out recently where they addressed that extraterrestrial life is among us. So, what's your thoughts on that? Do you believe in aliens or?
Yeah. So, I mean, yes, I do believe in aliens. I think it's a little more complicated than that. And I think movies like Interstellar does a great job like explaining why it might be a little more complicated than that. Time is like something that you can bend, which is like super weird to think about. And if you go fast enough speed-wise, you literally can bend time. So I think thinking about that and thinking about just the technology we're at right now and like progressing that so far to the fact we could get to that point is what makes me believe, yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, when you're talking about the universe, you're talking about millions of years, like millions of years. We've only even experienced in time like actual history of like people probably about 10,000 years, maybe, right? I mean, does that sound about right? Give or take, like just like when you're talking about like prehistoric people or like people that were dug up. I think like Sophie, the girl that was dug up in Africa, was like the oldest person who was ever dug up in history. Yeah, man, I think that like when you're talking about millions of years, I think you're talking about so much progression that like we can't even fathom that. Because actually, I heard a thing one time. It was like when you have $1 million in seconds, you have 11 days. When you have $1 billion in seconds, you have like 3 or some crazy amount of lifetimes. That's like the difference between a million and a billion. And when you're talking like millions, or maybe even just the factor of like taking it from like tens to hundreds to millions, like that aspect is something we can't even comprehend.
So in a sense, aliens or like extraterrestrial life, as they say, could be time travelers.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, even as I said, like when you're talking about physics, even when you go on a plane, you're a time traveler technically. If you go to the East Coast right now, you're a time traveler.
So they're moving light years.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, they're going to be moving at a different scale, basically.
Exactly.
Shit might be either eons for them or like a few seconds, like easy ass shit like that. Do you think that it's possible that you've ever come in contact with aliens yourself throughout your lifetime?
That's a good question. I wouldn't honestly say that I have. There was one night that me and my fam, my fam Jay, he's a producer out here, his name's Discovery. We were riding just on like big old end of tramway. You know that tramway part that goes right below the mountains? The big tramway road that goes right below the mountains?
Yeah.
We were driving on that and we seen this thing in the sky. I swear to God, could have been an alien, but like, there's just no way, man. Like, there's no way we could have tell. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm always gonna have my doubts, but like the fact that it was just confirmed by the U.S. government gives me everything I need to know because I know how advanced the technology could become. Yeah. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
It's only plausible.
Yeah. We've heard that from people here. Like they'll be like, yeah, like I've seen some shit in the sky where I was like, who knows?
But like also, I mean, why is it only like here in America we're the only ones reporting it? Like I don't know.
That is
like
interesting.
I think it's 75% of the world right now has androids.
Yeah.
I think, and so like, hey, something could be recorded. That's my whole thing as well. So I don't know. Just as just another thought.
For sure. One more question for you. Suppose that, Albuquerque blows up, right? You become like the main engineer in the industry. Like you got like everybody who's big in Atlanta hitting you up, like Future, Drake, right? Yeah. Suppose you get to that point. Would you consider being a sugar daddy for a younger woman?
That's a good question. I think if I was, it would depend if I was married or not.
Okay.
I think if I was married, probably it would. If I was married, it would depend on the circumstances. Fair. If I wasn't married, yes, absolutely. Okay. Sugar daddy positive.
Yeah.
Alright, so listen up, man. There's no shit that I picked up on. It's gonna put you on your ass. Man, it's gonna floor you. It's gonna fuck up your whole night. No. Believe me.
Let me see.
Believe me, man.
Let me see.
Look at this shit.
Oh
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Nah. That's
you
that
ain't
shit.
Playing.
Nah, that's that shit. I don't know if you're ready.
Whoa. Yeah. Why these haters looking at me sideways? No more struggle, I just get the money my way. I'm just trying to fix the mess that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating. Why these haters looking at me sideways? No more struggle, I just get the money my way. I'm just trying to fix the mess that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating. I can feel my eyes are dilating. You ain't call me, you ain't really wanna dilate. Look around at everything that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating. Taking time for me to fucking realize. Picking up the pieces, I just need some peace of mind. Smoking to the brain, it ain't no thing about it. Looking at my rank, it ain't no way around it. No way. You to say you flexing, boy, we see that. Made it to the majors like a D-bag. Looking at my neck, I might just freeze that. Vision's getting trippy where my keys at. Hit the jetty, I be riding up. I feel the wind blowing, just don't give a flying fuck. I do the most and there's no wonder why you tired of us. Taking shots from the side, that's why I got it done. There ain't no top in the game, moving around and I'm rocking the chain. Hoping to find me some Hollywood fame. Look for your girl in a poly to blame. Take a peek at everything that I did. stacking paper, man, I see it through my eyelids. Why these haters looking at me sideways? No more struggle, I just get the money my way. I'm just trying to fix the mess that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating. I can feel my eyes are dilating. You ain't call me, you ain't really wanna dilate. No. Looking around at everything that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating. I've been smoking so much drum, my eyes stay dilated. Why you fucking with me now if you ain't dialed lately? I've been stacking up my bread, bitch, I got obligations. This reality, no, this ain't the Matrix. Why these haters acting up? Found out what she missing when she mess with us. I ain't got no fancy car, but I might just cop a Bentley truck, fuck it up, yeah. Why these haters looking at me sideways? No more struggle, I just get the money my way. I'm just trying to fix the mess that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating. I can feel my eyes are dilating. You ain't call me, you ain't really wanna dilate. Looking around at everything that I made. Now I'm geeking, I can feel my eyes are dilating.
Okay, we back, motherfuckers. But
Man, stoner shit. One thing you gotta know about me is I kind of like have taken a personal tolerance break for about 2 weeks, so I am actually very high.
Oh no, that's great. We believe in getting roasted on camera. That's what happens every episode. Sometimes our guests get more high than us, and sometimes me and BBG are the victims. Like
most of the time, hey,
Miss Pat, nothing was as bad as Miss Pac-Man. Like
the dab assassins.
the dab, we got hit by the dab
Hey,
assassins.
but that's literally like our main goal here at Strain Damage is just to like pick our guest brain like when they're high. Like, you know what I mean?
That's cool. Yeah,
No,
that's
he
cool.
said that's
Yeah,
where
it's a very-
people's brains go. You know, like they go to a bunch of weird different places.
Yeah.
They go deep back into their past. They go far
That's
out
true.
into the future, and you know, we're trying to go all of those places.
That's cool. Hell yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. So tell us more about like Faucet Studios. So you've now set up this studio with your boy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, Faucet Studios. It's been unofficially official for about a year now. We've been in the spot. I think most of it was just like I wanted everything to look right. You know, we have a mural on the wall that was done by one of my favorite graffiti artists, Nick. Filled up the whole wall with our logo, with our, it says like Faucet. He's seen it, but like it says Faucet a bunch of times in really, really cool graffiti writing. Like we got grass carpet, red couches, like the whole show. I really want people to feel like they're stepping.
That shit upgrades so much every time.
Bro,
Every time I step in that bitch, I'll be like, bro, this
You
is
got
so
new art,
different.
new
Bro,
shit
no,
on the
like
wall.
new shit that matters though. Like even his equipment went
I'm
up so
telling
much
you.
from when he got there.
Exactly.
Even the monitor, you have that big ass one.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy.
It's nice, man.
Wait, is it one of those fucking curved monitors?
Not the curve. I
Okay.
wish he got the curve. My guy, shout out Neo.
Those,
So
those are hard.
I mean-
I'm looking at pulling the trigger. I'm still kind of doing like fucking 2 external monitors, like 2 of those like old
Dude,
Dell
they're
things
nice.
between.
Even like the semicircle, when you have 3 of them,
Yeah.
like they're all curved. It'll curve like around you.
That's
hard.
Dude.
That sounds futuristic.
But yeah, dude, yeah, it's fucking the monitors. I mean the I actually need to get new speakers, but I mean everything to the mic, to the monitors, the like equipment, the furniture, like I just want the aesthetic to be nicer in the end of it all, because like people should not feel like, as I said earlier, like I recorded music in my bedroom. I would never ever want anyone to feel like they're sitting in that environment ever again. I want the furthest thing from that.
Yeah.
Like you need to feel like you're in a different world, and like what I've kind of created is like a very like it's very, how do I say, like playful. Like when you step in the studio, it's like very playful, and it's like you feel like, oh, like this is somewhere where I can almost be a kid.
Yeah,
like-
basically somebody where you can like draw on the wall.
Exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
My boy don't sit there and nickel dime the fuck out you like that. Like for real, like you could sit there and chill, like you know what I mean, like smoke,
Exactly.
sip one, get your mind right, and then start recording. You know what I mean? Like you said, it's more of like a
Just
like,
a
in a way,
getaway.
like a playful environment for real.
Exactly.
Like, you feel like I'm like shit. I'm ready. I'm about to. Like that's why the confidence probably so high there, just because like the vibes. You feel me? Like it gets you right, and that's what you need is like. Personally, as a rapper, like once you have the vibe where it's just like you feel like you're recording with someone who actually cares about the quality, it just turns it up more. You feel me?
Yeah.
You're not sitting there judging shit. You like shit. Take your time. Go ahead. You need to retake. Go ahead.
I'm telling you, and that's kind of like what we want to offer people as a studio man is like that assurance every time. I want to make sure that regardless you're in my studio, you're in Neo's studio, you're in anybody's studio, because like I mean I'm not really gonna chime on it too much, but right now we're kind of looking at like expansion in a small sense, but like. Hey, you know I've expanded enough until right now in 1 year, but like I want to see what I'm gonna do in 2. I want to see what I'm gonna do in 3. Like so, right now we're kind of looking for expansion. If I want to train somebody, they need to be on the same level as me and this guy, and that's my biggest thing, because they need to expect a product at the end of the day that's not shit.
Yeah, facts.
Not bedroom quality.
It's something where it's like you're comfortable having their name attached to your shit. You
Exactly.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
just
like this person is a Faucet studio engineer. Yeah.
Exactly.
We definitely agree with that heavily over here at Straight Damage. Anybody you see connected to our names 100% legit all the time. So we definitely get that approach to shit. You know what I mean? You gotta keep it professional.
It's also in a sense, I want to show people it's not just, hey, rapping or nothing. Like there are other jobs within the music industry that need to be filled. Like in the promotion space, in the live performance space,
Especially
in
here.
like dude, in the photography space, in the videography space. Right now, there's only probably 2 main people. It's so not saturated that it's just.
But that's market opportunity.
Exactly.
2 words, market opportunity.
Exactly. And I want to show people it's not just rapping or nothing. Obviously, we have some of the best rappers in the city. Shout out Zero the Demon. Shout out Grizzly fucking Glisten. Bro, I'm telling you, dog, like these are people, whether or not I had a studio or not, if I heard their music, it would be on my playlist. That's what I'm saying is like we need more ideas and more thought and more creation like that. And that's what I want to
Would you say that there's a lot of talent in Albuquerque, but not so much the infrastructure to support it? Like in terms of, you know, like for example, like DBG got a lot of shit for his career covered by Strain Damage, right? So like in terms of people who you can advise you on marketing, on promotion, distribution, you know, just even general legal and financial shit.
There's no people like that over here.
Yeah.
That's
I will agree. I will agree on the infrastructure part. But I'll disagree in the fact that nothing is stopping you right now from going around to every fucking block or stop sign in the fucking city and throwing up a flyer for whatever the fuck you want to do. By the way, like yes, you're right. You're right. The infrastructure may not be correct, but like getting word out in Albuquerque is easy, and I've been privileged to be around some people, some very, very important people who show me how to get the word out quick and to draw eyes. And I think if you can do that, it doesn't matter about IG. I've been able to I've been able to upgrade my studio to a professional studio through word of mouth. I probably posted 1 time a week. Sessions open this week. Who needs? Once a week. That's all I did. If you can have that word of mouth, or if you can get the word out quick, you'll win regardless. That's mine. That's where I
got that
disagree.
small town shit. Like you,
Of course.
even the
Yeah.
homie Motion Boys, their shit went up off of word of mouth. Like they told me they were just walking downtown telling people, "Hey, I make music, play it." Went into barbershops, "Hey, I make music." Like anywhere they said like they would hear music playing, like a store in the mall or some shit, they'd be like, "Hey, you guys should play our music." or some
You
shit.
just gotta be a dog.
It's
It's a question of volume. Yeah, just get that shit out there. Eventually, some people are gonna.
That's how it was, bro. When I would go to Vegas and be walking the strip, the homies would be lit out their mind, and I'd just be over there telling people, "Hey, get me on Instagram, go check out my music, You feel me? Like, I'm posting music every day. I'm posting music every week. Go check it out." in LA too, like they're way more supported out there though. I can't lie when it comes to that though. Like you have people that you would never expect. Like I was shooting a little music video thing over there in LA. Yeah. And I had like some Chinese lady and like her husband come up and they're all, oh, well, you making music video? I check it out. You tell me name.
So hype.
And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, I would have never expected them to even like I'm not a stereotype like that.
No,
you know, they just were like,
like so excited
people.
About what they were doing.
This confirms my suspicions that DBG is gonna blow up outside of the U.S. before he blow up. In the U.S.
He's big in Japan already.
He already big in Japan, China, Taiwan, wherever the fuck.
Turkey's been rocking with the kid.
He's on like a billboard for like a some sort of pharmaceutical.
No, that's what we need though. That's what we need. DBG to do that European tour.
Dog, hell yeah. Dog. That's how a lot of people have done it.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
I don't know. Do you know who Gashi is? Listen to Gashi.
Yeah.
Okay, Albanian
dude from New York. Yeah.
Dude, fucking, you blow up out of the States, bro. You can tour out there for the rest of your life and honestly never even have to come back here. Just to like maybe.
That sounds very intriguing,
like,
man.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Everybody be out this mug. You feel me?
Really,
Strain
really
Damage
weird.
International. You know
Strain Damage worldwide, baby.
Worldwide.
That would be cool. Podcasts do live shows.
Podcasts, man. We have.
Oh, we're taking this show on the road once we get that shot.
We are covering events all around New Mexico, all around the legal states, all around the world. Strain Damage worldwide. Our web series are gonna take us to various different places.
Mm-hmm.
I can promise you that. I don't want to give away too much. But speaking of what's up next. So, is there anything exciting you're working on, or like in terms of rappers projects, maybe some of your own rap projects?
Absolutely, yeah. Right now, one of the main people that has been just grinding their heart out, bro, pounding the as I said, like pounding the concrete, getting the word out. Shout out my man Bash, Ground Up Prod. Go follow this man right now. Bro,
Hey,
I'm telling you, please, bro, you need, bro. This man is like one of the dogs out here. One of the dogs out here. Him, my guys Guap and Fang. You know what I'm saying? They just released Trap Tales 2. Go check that out. I did the whole thing.
Hey, that's those are my niggas right there. I know them niggas since we was little kids, bro.
Yeah, shit. Zero the Demon, he just released Euphonics. I did pretty much, I think about 75 to 80% of that. What else, man? What else we doing? Neil, what else we doing right now? I mean, shit.
Everything.
Yeah, Grizzly Glisten, man. Like, I'm telling you, these are some of the dogs out here, and I am privileged.
I'm not familiar with that name, but it sounds cool.
Grizzly Glisten.
I know if you saying something about him, because everybody you name's fire.
Bro, I'm telling you, if you wouldn't know me, or you wouldn't know the studio or anything, and you just heard this song, you would add it to your playlist, I promise you. I'll show you after the
Easy.
But like, bro, we got some dogs out here, and I have been privileged enough to have sat in the room with these people and been able, just like you guys are kind of doing to me, pick their creative mind. And like, that to me is like everything, bro. It's like, I can't trade that for anything. And there's no pay in the world that could do that for me. So that's what I'll say. And yeah, I love this shit, man. I really love this shit. And yeah, I mean, shout out Albuquerque, man. Shout out the local scene. Just collaborate more. That's my biggest thing. I would say if anyone out here is watching, man, like just collaborate more.
And if y'all trying to collab, tap in with us.
Exactly.
We'll go record it at my boys at the Faucet. You feel me? We'll get right.
Absolutely. And hey. Also, it's not just about me. We have other great studios out here as well. Shout out my guy Naked on the Moon. As I say, shout out my guy Pat Riley at Rio Grande Studios. Shout out my guy M. Scott Loves Life. Shout out my guy A.O. Bud. Like, everyone out here, bro, is a dog. Bro. I'm telling you. And that is what is going to make us or break us. And the fact that we have big artists coming here and saying we have hidden gems, bro, and just like, I don't know, you know, Peso was here last time. Shorty loves coming here. Like, you know, it's really, really cool that we can show off our crazy side, and the industry will still accept it at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's facts.
That's what I really like.
100%. Well, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for having me. For sure. Thank you, brother. Yeah, you already know. Appreciate y'all.
Strain Damage family. Good night.
Let's go.